Hey, Dr. Brian McKay, Coiled and Darien, thanks for listening in. Today's podcast, we're going to be discussing how intermittent fasting affects you. Okay, I mean that's a big thing, but we'll take a few more questions first, though, because I think it's you know the here's some of the silly ones. When intermittent fasting, can you drink? Yes, you can drink, but I'm assuming that question was, can you drink alcoholic beverages? Well, it's not going to speed your healing process up by your weight loss up, but you can, but I would urge you to drink in moderation. Um, can you drink tea? Yes, you can drink tea. I would recommend drinking green tea, and I'll go into a little bit more of that a little bit later on, but green tea is definitely the one to go for. And you can drink coffee, you can drink water. Um, so those are some of the, I guess, the silly questions. Okay, here's a good question. What foods can I eat? In the beginning, you eat what you want to eat. I would say try to focus on healthy stuff like getting some complex carbohydrates like oatmeal, along those lines, something with fiber, even popcorn, plain popcorn. But I noticed that, when you break the fast, you're really better off having a protein. So you have something like an egg, a hard-boiled egg. It makes it a lot easier if you're at work. Put two hard-boiled eggs in your pocket. But that's some of the stuff. It's pretty interesting. But you know, the intermittent fasting helps your body to operate more efficiently. Um, and so today's topic I really want to get into is how it affects your brain. There was a study done on mice who were fed over a certain period of time, and they found that by controlling the time that the mice were allowed to eat, it increased production of a protein called BDNF. And it stands for brain-derived neurotrophic factor. And it's a protein, and a protein that we can is produced in the brain. So the BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, it's a growth factor, and that allows for plasticity in the brain cells. So what happens is, I'm not saying you're going to get any smarter doing intermittent fasting, but maybe you won't get any dumber either, or stay the same, which is not a bad thing because I think a lot of people today are definitely worried about Alzheimer's and stuff like along those lines as we get older. I mean, you should be. Alzheimer's and dementia are rampant. I mean, you know, Alzheimer's typically these days being referred to as type 3 diabetes. So the intermittent fasting will help your balance out your blood sugar for sure. Then again, don't go crazy with sugary drinks or too much wine, too much beer. But so I want to backtrack a little because this BDNF thing is pretty fascinating. Um, so what happens is neurotrophic means it can grow. You grow nerve cells. All right, and here's how you can do it: exercise. If you want to increase BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, you would certainly exercise. Um, Deep sleep. Your brain releases the BDNF during deeper stages of sleep. So if you are getting better rest, you're getting more of it into your system, which is a really good thing because again, it's brain health. You can't just take. I see on TV Prevagen. I'm sure it's not going to hurt you, but I don't know if it's going to help you either. Meditation is another way to increase BDNF. Now, also, if you want to increase BDNF, psychedelic drugs. Now, I am not saying you should take psychedelic drugs. I'm making it more that's interesting side effects. So, psilocybin and LSD, lysergic acid, um, are ways of increasing production of BDNF. So it's an interesting thing, but will it help your brain? That's a way to keep it from aging. Now, polyphenols. Now, if you one thing you can definitely benefit from with the intermittent fasting is to have start drinking green tea. Green tea it has some caffeine in it, but you can drink this all day long. You're not going to upset your fast, so you're not breaking your fast by drinking green tea. But it has these polyphenols, which are really good. Plus, it has anti-cancer properties as well. So polyphenols are good. Green tea is one of the simplest ways to get it. Just get used to drinking it. It doesn't taste doesn't taste great, doesn't taste bad. Don't mix it with sugar, but green teas. Start ramping up the green teas. Um, Getting more oxygen. That's a really key thing. So again, that comes down to exercise. But if you do high intensity exercise, you'll get more. You'll get a whole lot more of the BDNF production. Sunlight, vitamin D on the skin. You're supposed to use sunscreen, but we're not talking massive amounts. But get out there. If you're a guy, take your shirt off. A girl, leave your shirt on. But get some sun on the skin. The vitamin D production helps as well, but also helps produce BDNF. So the intermittent fasting is a great way to increase that stuff. It's just I guess I can't say enough about it. It's like the people out there don't really know. I've never heard of BDNF. You know, and so it was really discovered in the 50s, and it has a profound effect on nerve cells. So it's just something we should be aware of, using it a lot more often than we are. Um, but again, it's a tool we can use to help grow nerves in the long run. So basically, the BDNF is you know you change your habits a little bit. You're gonna, and then let's just sum them up: exercise, meditation, deep sleep, sunlight. You know, and then block certain things. Like, also, here's the interesting thing: is social interaction is if you is social isolation and sugar block the production of BDNF. So you have to think this time during COVID, when people are, um, if people are out there not socializing, what that's doing to the BDNF. So don't have your brain shrink up in the interim. So what happens is the BDNF is a gene, and it provides instructions for making the protein found in the brain and spinal cord. So it produces the protein, promotes the survival of nerve cells and growth, maturation, and maintenance of these cells. Now, yes, I'm definitely reading the definition to you, but let's go over that again. It's a gene, and it tells the brain how to make produce this protein. So the protein, helps nerve cells, maintaining the nerve cells, maturation, and maintenance.